Okay, Matt, we talked about how important that W was in the first game. A couple of lineup changes to talk about. Joseph Woll starting for the Leafs. Anthony Stolarz is out. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, I want to contradict those two gentlemen that Beatrice was speaking with earlier. Joseph Woll, the last time he had to come in as an injury replacement against Boston last year, he was great in games 5 and 6, made like 49 of 51 saves, won them game 5 and 6. He got injured, did not play in game 7 last year that the Leafs lost. So I'm pretty confident in Joseph Woll tonight. I know he didn't look great in the last game, but he had to come in cold. The Leafs do have an excellent defense. I think Joseph Woll is not going to be an issue.
Craig Berube asked his players not to retaliate against Sam Bennett for that hit on Stolarz, saying that the best revenge is winning. But I want to ask you if you think emotions could get the best of these players on the ice tonight.
I could absolutely see it. I will say, though, that the Maple Leafs, they looked really mature at the end of game 1, where you saw Matthew Tkachuk trying to start something with Mitch Marner, and Mitch Marner did not take the bait. The best thing the Leafs can do, don't try to outgoon the goons. That's what the Florida Panthers are best at. That'd be like me challenging LeBron James to a dunk contest. I'm not going to win. The Leafs shouldn't do that. The most important thing, play mature, play their game, and don't get sucked into into retribution, because that'll only help the Florida Panthers.
Okay, so, Matt, listen, the Leafs got that pivotal first game W that you mentioned. Let's talk about moving forward, especially in light of, Stolarz not being a part of game 2. What do you see happening?
I am so curious about the first half of the first period, not just because of any sort of anger or emotion towards Sam Bennett. I want to see what the Florida Panthers looked like. They were really bad in the first period, and I'm curious to see, do they play at a higher level? I expect a higher level of intensity, fewer mistakes than they did in game 1. On the other side, the Maple Leafs power play was 0 for 5. That obviously can get better. Austin Matthews had some chances but wasn't able to score. The Leafs were the better team, and people are saying, well, they'll regress. They still have a ceiling to go to tonight, but I think a lot of it will just depend on what they look like in the first period in tonight's game.
Okay. All right. TSN Radio's Matt Cauz. Always good to get your insights. Thanks so much for this, and chat soon.
Thanks, Matt.
Absolutely. Yep.